All right. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Wanted to do a video this year for everybody, for my friends and family, about poison ivy. I've had a number of friends and family that have gotten into it this year. Some of them were pretty bad. Some of them wound up in the hospital. Some of them had to get cortisone shot to deal with it. So I want to show you what to do, how to not get it, how to fix it if you do get it. So step number one, know your enemy. It is a vine. It lives, if you look right behind me, you can see woodsy area, overgrown. That's a good spot to find it. It's a lot of that here in the Midwest, sort of semi-shaded areas. If you're out on a golf course, you see a little patch of trees, knock your ball in there, it's in there. It might not be in there, but it's probably in there. So now you know its habitat, which is like undergrowth, stuff like that. It's a vine, and it grows along the ground until it finds a tree, and then it climbs up the tree, and then it grows right up the tree, very big, and it forms a vine, like a Tarzan vine you could swing on. Those, I've seen those vines in my being out in the woods that were as big around as my forearm. So watch out for that as well. The whole plant will get you. That oil that gets you is in the vine too. So when you do the Tarzan swing, you've got poison ivy. Even though it's a dry, dead, brown vine, it'll still get you. Okay, so there is your little bit about the plant. Second, here's what it looks like. It's called leaves, or this phrase I learned as a boy, leaves of three, let it be. If you look, it's got sort of an oily sheen to it. That's the oil that gets on you. And 3 leaves, 3 is you're dead. You got it, you're gonna get it. I'm wearing a glove, so I don't get it. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna turn this glove inside out and throw it in the trash without touching the outside of it. It's very aggressive. It gets on your body, it gets on your clothes, it could get on animals. Your dog gets in it, then you pet the dog, you got it. So it is an oil, and there's a way to get it off. So we're gonna talk about that next. But for now, learn your enemy. Know where he lives. Don't go by any of that. All right, so there was step one, which is know what poison ivy looks like and how to stay out of it. It's the best defense. Don't go in it in the first place. Second, if you made a mistake and you got it on you, how does it spread? How does it get from one spot to your body on the other? I've heard this a lot, where people say don't break the blisters that you get, it'll spread it. It's not correct. The water inside those blisters is the same inside of a blister you would get from a hot water or a sunburn. That's your body's defense system. So there's nothing poison inside there. The problem is the oil that was on your skin. That's how it spreads, and I'm going to show you how it spreads. This is brake grease. It's an oil. Guess what else is an oil? Poison ivy. So I got some poison ivy on my arm. Now I scratch the poison ivy. Now where's the poison ivy? Then I scratch the back of my hand. Now where's the poison ivy? Then I scratch, I'm not gonna do it, but yeah, I'll do it. Now I scratch my face. Now where's the poison ivy? So it spreads by nature of the oil that is going to get on every place it can move. Just like this brake grease moves exactly the same way, and every spot that you touch again, it'll go. It can work. I'm not going to do it on my shirt because I like this shirt, but if you put it on there, imagine me doing this and then that. Now it's there, same thing. Now I touch that spot, now it's there. So that's how it spreads, and that's how you wind up having got it on your arm and wind up with it, on your face or your legs or whatever. So the last thing we're going to talk about is going to be how to get it off if you did get it on you. Okay, off onto our last step, which is removal of the poison ivy oil, which is on your skin. Okay, so let's say you didn't follow step one, you were out in the woods, you forgot what it looked like, or you walked through it, and then after you walked through it, you're like, oh man, I just walked through it. It's on you. It's on you just like this oil's on you, and you gotta get it off, okay? So the way you're gonna do that is you got a minute. You can't, like people will say, oh, it's you know, it'll burn you within seconds or minutes. That's not correct. You got a bit of time. You got a couple hours before that penetrates. Once it penetrates, there's nothing you can do to fix it. You're going to have essentially, it's like a chemical burn. It's going to be red, blisters, and it's no good. So you want to get that oil off before it is doing any damage to you. All right, so how do we do that? We're going to come and get some water. We're going to get warm water. We're going to get a rag, a towel, and our best friend, Dawn dish soap. Okay? Why Dawn dish soap? Remember when the Exxon Valdez crashed and they used it to get the oil off all those little birds? It's going to do the same thing for us. This is oil, poison ivy's oil. We want this oil off, just like those little birds wanted the Valdez oil off. All right, so get warm water. Get that going. Dawn dish soap. Right on the poison ivy, right? We're gonna get some good warm water. We're gonna scrub it real good, real hard. You can see I'm making a lot of suds here. I want this to look like the top of a key lime pie. I mean, lots and lots of froth on there. The more I agitate this with that Dawn, the more I am breaking up that oil. Now, this is the important bit. I'm gonna give it one more little go here. And get that real sudsy. This is how you make your money right here. You gotta wipe it. You gotta wipe it strong. And you need very firm pressure on that. The more pressure, the better. And I can now feel there is absolutely no oil on there. Look at that, clean as a whistle. And you want to take that rag, and because now, guess what the poison ivy is now? It's on here. So either throw it out or put it in the trash or whatever. But the oil is off me, all the way gone, right? If I can get this oil off, I can get that oil off. Works exactly the same way. So step number 1, learn it, don't go buy it. Step number 2, don't spread it. Step number 3, if you did get all that, missed step 1 and 2, get it off, use. Let's say it together. Who's our best friend? Dawn dish soap is our best friend. Dude, don't bother with the ivy away, the calamine, Benadryl, ivy scrubbing stuff. And don't bother with like a bar of lava soap. Some people are like, oh, I use lava. It won't do it. It'll just, all that stuff does is smears it around. And you gotta break up that oil and you gotta wipe it off hard. All right? And don't get in it. Bye.